Hello, how are you doing today? Let's get right into it. Every successful digital product begins with a plan, and in design, that plan is called a wireframe. A wireframe is like a blueprint of a website or an app. A shows the basic structure of the design without any colors, images, or fancy visuals. You can think of it as a sketch that maps out where menus, buttons, text, and images will go. Just like architects draw floor plans before building a house, designers create wireframes before building a final interface. In this video, we go on to explore what wireframes are and why they are such an important part of the design process. So grab a snack, settle in, and let's get started. Right, now that we've got everyone settled in, let's dive right into what a wireframe actually is. As I mentioned earlier, a wireframe is a visual representation of a page or screen that shows the placement of various components such as images, text, buttons, and other interactive elements. But it's not just a static image. A wireframe is a dynamic tool that evolves throughout the design process. Let's take a look at these two examples. On the left, we have an example of a simple wireframe for a login page. It includes basic elements such as a username and password field, a login button, and a forgotten password link. Now let's move to the right and see how this wireframe evolves as the design progresses. First, the wireframe turns into a mock-up. This is a high-fidelity version of the previous wireframe, but is still missing some key elements such as gradients, shadows, and other visual effects. As the design team continues to work on the interface, the mock-up eventually transforms into a high-fidelity design ready for development. So, what's the difference between a wireframe and a mock-up? While both terms are often used interchangeably, they actually refer to different stages in the design process. A wireframe is a basic structural representation of a page or screen, focusing on functionality and usability. On the other hand, a mock-up is a more detailed static image that shows what the final design might look like, including things like colors, images, and typography. Now that we understand what a wireframe is and how it differs from a mock-up, let's discuss why they are so important in the design process. The first reason is that they provide clarity. A wireframe helps everyone involved in the project, including designers, developers, and clients, have a clear understanding of how the product will work. By providing a basic structure of the interface, wireframes make it easier to communicate ideas and receive feedback. The second reason is that wireframes help spot mistakes early on. Finding problems in the design process can be difficult, but it's much easier to identify issues with a wireframe than with a fully developed interface. By focusing on the structure of the product, designers can catch potential issues early on and address them before moving on to the next stage of development. The third reason is that wireframes make collaboration easier. When working on a design project, multiple people from different backgrounds and roles need to collaborate effectively. Wireframes provide a common starting point for everyone involved, making it easier to discuss and refine the design as a team. The fourth reason is that wireframes save time and costs. Creating wireframes is much quicker and less expensive than developing a full functioning product. By investing time and resources into creating detailed wireframes, teams can ensure that they read all on the same page before moving on to more costly stages of development. Finally, the fifth reason is that wireframes help create a consistent user experience. A wireframe ensures that the product is easy to use and navigate, which leads to a better overall user experience. By focusing on the structure and flow of the product, designers can create a seamless and intuitive experience for users. So there you have it, 5 compelling reasons why wireframes are an essential part of the design process. Whether you're a designer, developer, product manager, or simply interested in learning more about how digital products are created, understanding the importance of wireframes is crucial. Now, let's take a closer look at the process of creating wireframes. Creating wireframes is a collaborative effort that involves several key stakeholders, including product managers, designers, developers, and subject matter experts. Here's a step-by-step guide on how to create effective wireframes. Step 1. Define the scope. Before starting any wireframing exercise, it's important to define the scope of the project. This involves understanding the goals and objectives of the product and identifying the target audience. By clearly defining the scope, the team can ensure that everyone is on the same page and working towards the same goals. Step 2. Conduct user research. User research is an essential part of creating effective wireframes. This involves gathering information about how users interact with the product and what their needs and pain points are. User research can be conducted through various methods such as surveys, interviews, and usability testing. Step 3. Create sitemaps and user flows. Before diving into individual screens, it's helpful to create a high-level overview of the site or application. This can be done through a sitemap, which is a visual representation of all the pages and their relationships to each other. Additionally, creating user flows can help map out the journey of the user as they interact with the product. Step 4. Start wireframing. Now that the team has a high-level understanding of the project and the target user, it's time to start wireframing. Wireframes should focus on the structure and functionality of the product and should not include any visual elements such as colors or graphics. There are various tools that can be used for wireframing, including pen and paper, whiteboard, or dedicated software. Step 5. Review and iterate. Once the wireframes are complete, it's important to review them with the team and gather feedback. This can help identify any potential issues or areas for improvement and allow the team to make any necessary changes before moving on to the next stage of development. Remember, wireframes are not set in stone. They should evolve and adapt as the design process progresses. Be open to feedback and make changes as needed to create the best possible user experience. So there you have it, a step-by-step guide on how to create effective wireframes. By following these steps, your team can create a solid foundation for your digital product that will help ensure its success. As you can see, wireframes are an essential part of the design process for any digital product. They help teams clarify their vision, identify potential issues, facilitate collaboration, and ultimately create a better user experience. By understanding the importance of wireframes and following a structured approach to their creation, your team can set your product up for success. That wraps up our exploration of wireframes. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Just a note, click on the CC button below each video to turn on the subtitles so that you could understand every bit of the video. If you're interested in learning more about UI and UX design, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more informative content. And if you'd like to support me, please consider following my Instagram page at ascorp24. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.